Hello, everybody, and welcome to this stream here. Anyway, this is going to be my first attempt, so let me know if everything's going alright. So, um, yeah, so if anything doesn't go right, I do apologise. Anyway, I'm now dealing with this person, namely John Maddox. Now, for those who don't know, he is a creationist YouTuber. If you can't handle this, let me know. I'll try and keep an eye on the chat as best I can, but here you go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Logical, Plausible, Probable. Man, I just decided that I had to do a late night live stream. Thought we were going to be having some fun. Myself and Smokey and a few others were going to have some fun on a topic, which I'm going to dive into a little bit here, but I'm going to save the majority of it for tomorrow. But something's just been driving me up the wall lately, and I think is starting to become the unavoidable reality of especially the online atheist movement is that they are absolutely suffering from a full-scale mental disorder. And I think that
Right. I'll replace this for a thousand times. Mental disorders aren't decided by what you believe and what you don't. They're decided by your brain chemistry and a lot of other factors. They are not caused by believing or disbelieving in anything. There is no physical proof of this. There's no scientific proof of this. There's no brain scan which corroborates this. The only difference between a believing brain and a non-believing brain is that our brain operates slightly differently in the creative side of things, while their brains can be operated on when they do such things as yachting and stuff like that. So there's very little difference between the two brains. So I'd like to know, what scientific evidence do you have that proves this claim?
the one I came up with, the atheist Fantasyland projection complex, I think it's actually only a small portion of the overall atheist condition. And, when you really start to, consider the positions that are being taken by the new atheist movement, where they just completely and utterly suspend all rational thought, all logic, all reasonable expectations of what constitutes reality, what constitutes evidence.
Right, you do know that atheists say the same thing about us, right? I mean, I hate to be the one who bears that bad news to you, but the atheists out there will say the exact same thing, and they'll say the exact thing to me to my face. Yeah, so again, you just projected it to them. Shouldn't we do it with kindness? I remember this person called Jesus. I don't know if you've heard of him, saying that you should love your enemies.
And is the more rational conclusion, fills things like Occam's Razor, for example, and then they do the exact opposite. I mean, it's really starting to reach levels of true insanity. For those of you who missed it earlier today over on Smokey Saint's channel, one of the funniest things I have ever watched. It was a Abiogenesis discussion between Anthony Maurice and Speed of Sound, also known as He Who Shall Not Be Named, also known as Lord Voldemort. And that turned into one of the most epic examples of atheist Fantasyland projection complex that I have ever witnessed. And tomorrow I'm planning on doing a full-scale review, like breaking down the video and just responding throughout the entire thing. But oh my goodness gracious, that just the whole premise of suspension of all reasonable expectations. And
Right. So, what way? Again, what you're talking about? You need to give some ground rules. What was the conversation about? In what way will such logical things, do it? How come this is just not into this one person, as opposed to all atheists everywhere? Again, this sounds like it's special pleading a little bit because you're dealing with one person and the way that they interacted with you, and not the atheism as a whole. But continue.
conclusions. was on full display. But the irony is that what we witnessed earlier today is become the norm. The debates that I've been in, the ones that so many of y'all have witnessed. I mean, so often it is the exact same talking points that we hear on a regular basis. I mean, George Bond just made the great point. I mean, one of the funniest lines I have ever heard, "Do you know what pudding is?" actually came out of somebody's mouth in relation to abiogenesis. And then the uniformity of pudding.
But abiogenesis is not an atheist thing. It's not a solely atheist thing, because again, there are Christians who believe in abiogenesis, there are Muslims who believe in abiogenesis, there are Buddhists who believe in abiogenesis, there are Sikhs, there are all manner of people in the scientific community who believe in abiogenesis, because abiogenesis is a scientific principle, not necessarily a set of beliefs set forward by any particular religious or non-religious group. But yeah, you're getting close there.
Tried to be leveraged as a way to circumvent, or the fact that the prebiotic earth would not actually be like pudding is somehow a way to circumvent the incredible requirements that would be required, and are attempting to be reconstructed in a modern chemistry laboratory in order.
No, they're not reconstructing anything. What they're doing is they're testing it out to see how it could have possibly happened. It's how science works, pal. They test to see what it is. If it doesn't happen, if there's a better way of doing it, they'll say that it more likely happened that way. They test a lot of plausible things to see the way it happened. That's the way that science works. Again, if you're going to debate science, these are the things that you need to know.
To recreate supposed prebiotic scenarios in which life can come into existence. I mean, this stuff, you cannot make this stuff up. I mean, it is reaching such levels of insanity that
How's that
I'm honestly
insane?
really, to be honest, I'm starting to feel very concerned for the average atheist. I mean,
Every atheist agrees with the abiogenesis stuff. I know this is a revolutionary thought for you, but not every atheist believes in abiogenesis. Actually, a lot of them don't. Because again, it's not a very well proven theory. It's one that is floating around the ether, but there's some who accept it and there's some who don't. Not every atheism is just their answer to one question: do you accept that a God exists? That's it.
these people are consciously suspending rational thoughts to the level that, as Smokey was joking earlier tonight, I mean, should they actually be let out of the house without a helmet on? Should they be allowed to drive? I mean, if you're going to suspend any kind of reasonable thought processes in reaching your conclusions about your very existence, what kind of responsible adult thought processes are you applying to the rest of your life? Like the rest of your...
What, like causing something that a mental illness that isn't a mental illness? I mean, that sort of thought process. I mean, this is a joke, right? I mean, this has to be a joke. This guy can't be serious, right? I hate to tell you this, pal, but atheism is not a mental illness. It's never been diagnosed as one. It's never been treated as one. There is no showing proof that it is one. The only proof that it is one is in your little doggy there, and I'm afraid your doggy doesn't trump evidence. And again, you're doing the same thing that the idiots who say that theism is a mental illness do, using a couple of people who you disagree with as a generalisation and a smear onto people, which, if true, would mean that the statistical number for mental health cases would go through the roof. So think about that before. And plus, you hand me people with mental illnesses.
Your day-to-day expectations, your decisions, your I mean, parenting. I mean, whatever the heck it is.
Parenting? Again, atheists can be good parents. Atheists can be bad parents. It depends on the atheist.
Like, if you're willing to buy into this level of madness and literally operate from a, for those of you who loved, like, Superman, right? The Bizarro character. Everything was basically opposite day, right? And he went through all the different comics and, was basically trying to be the polar opposite of Superman in so many aspects. And oh man, here we go. Lord Voldemort has entered the arena. This should be fun.
So we'll leave it there, shall we? Deary me, deary me. I would say I was disappointed, but that would just be wrong. I'm beyond disappointed. Anyway, I hope that deals with everyone.